In progress.
Om Shanti. Today's Murli from Sweet Bapdada Madhavan. Baba is saying, sweet children, you now have to become satopradhan and return home. It's time to return home now, and so we need to become satopradhan. Therefore, practice considering yourself to be souls and constantly remember the Father. Always be concerned about your progress. How much we have progressed? Is it we same or we are still going down or going up? So today Baba is emphasizing mainly on the study. He's asking the question is what is the sign of your making progress day by day or whether you are moving backward in how you study? Answer is if you are making progress in your studies. So if we are making progress, we will experience first lightness. It will remain in your intellect that is a dirty body and that you now have to shed it and now have to return home. You will continue to imbibe divine virtues. If you are moving backward, devilish traits would be visible in your activity. You wouldn't have remembrance of Father while you are walking and moving around. Such souls will not be able to become flowers or give happiness to everyone. Such children will later on have visions and also experience a lot of punishment. This much Baba is teaching us. So we should imbibe, we should have progress, we should experience light. Our intellect should day by day be going away from our body, and we have the awareness that we need to shed it, we are ready to shed it, and that we have to return home. If you are moving backward, devilish trait would be visible in your activity. You wouldn't have the remembrance of Father while you are walking and moving around. So we'll forget now and then Supreme Father and will give pain to others. So that case we are entitled to get lots of punishment. Om Shanti. Let the thought remain in your intellect that you were Satopradhan when you came down here. The spiritual father explains to you spiritual children. Out of all of you sitting here, some are body conscious and others are soul conscious. So whenever we sit for Murli, first 1 2 minutes, we just sit in soul conscious. I, the soul, I am hearing through the ears, I'm seeing through the eyes, windows, I'm speaking to the mic, mouth. You should sit in soul consciousness and then listen to the Murli. Out of some will continue to become body conscious in a second, soul conscious in next second. So much frequent fluctuation should not be there. We should try to remain at least longer time. Try to remain longer time soul conscious. We should be aware of what we are now. So Baba is telling you would be soul conscious at some time and body conscious at other time. You children know that you will shed your bodies and go back to your home. You have to return home in great happiness. Throughout the day, the only thought you should have is, I want to go to land of peace because Father has shown me the way. Other people would not be sitting with this thought. No one else received these teachings. They would never have even have that thought. We understand that this is the land of sorrow. The Father has now shown you the way to go to the land of happiness. The more you remember Father, the more perfect you will become according to your capacity and go to land of peace. The more you remember Father, the more perfect you will become. That is called liberation, for which people adopt gurus. But they don't know at what all liberation is or liberation in life is because this is something new. The worldly guru cannot give us liberation. Only you children understand that you now have to go back home. The Father says, become pure by having the pilgrimage of remembrance, always the one way. When you first went to the elevated world, you were satopradhan. Souls were satopradhan. It was later that connection were made with us. First, souls will come alone, right? Then they start making their accounts. They start making connections with other souls here. When you enter a womb, you forge a relation. You know that this is now your last birth, that you have to return home. We cannot go home without telling either, without becoming pure. You should talk to yourself internally. The Father orders are while walking and moving around, let there be this thought in your intellect. We came Satopradhan and we now have to go to, we have to become Satopradhan by remembering Father because only Father is the purifier. He shows us children how we can become pure. Only the Father knows the beginning, middle, and end of the world. There is no other authority, and we are Master Almighty Authority. Almighty Authority is one, and we are His children, Master Almighty Authority. The Father alone is seed of the human tree. The Father has also explained to you how long devotion lasts. There is the path of this knowledge for such a such period, and the path of devotion for such a such period. All of this knowledge should trickle into your intellect. Just as the Father's soul has this knowledge in it, so you souls have this knowledge in you. You listen and relate to your intellect. Just as the Father's soul has this knowledge in it, so your souls have this knowledge in you. You listen and relate it through your bodies. A soul cannot speak without a body. Yesterday also I was telling me that I cannot see you all. I don't know how your face looks like because I am not here when you are here in Satyug. I establish Satyug and go back to Paramdham. Today also he is telling that soul cannot speak without a body. There is no question of inspiration. A voice from the ether in this. Since there are are the words of God. A mouth and a chariot are definitely. You don't need chariot of a donkey or horse. Previously, you used to think that the Iron Age would continue for another 40,000 years. You were sleeping in the sleep of ignorance. Baba has now awakened you. You too were ignorant. You have now received this knowledge. Devotion is called ignorance. Devotion is ignorance. We don't know anything, that's why we do devotion. Your children should now be thinking about how to make progress and claim a high status. You want to go to your home and claim a high status in the new kingdom. There is a pilgrimage of remembrance for that. One second. You children should now be thinking how about how to make progress and claim a high status. So we children, because we are in now knowledge, in devotion we were in ignorance. But when we receive this knowledge, we now think each and every time to make progress. And how can we make progress? You want to go to your home and then claim a high status in the new kingdom. We want to go to our home. We are now preparing ourselves, purifying ourselves. There is the pilgrimage of remembrance for that. You must definitely consider yourself to be souls. The Supreme Soul is the father of all of us souls. This is very simple, but people don't even understand this much. The first fight they put on why the Brahma Kumaris say each other as brother and sister. So they usually it is commonly because of body consciousness difficult for people to understand. You can explain that this is the kingdom of Ravan and that is why their intellects have become corrupt. People think that those who don't indulge in vice are pure. For example, the father says of the sannyasis, they become pure for a temporary period, but the world is still impure. They are also born out of impurity only. The golden age is the pure world. No one in the impure world can be pure as the people in the golden age because they are both soul and body is pure. Here, even if they become pure by their thought, but their deeds of previous birth are impure and their birth is impure, the body is impure. So there is no kingdom of Ravan there. There is no question of why is there. So while touring and moving around, let there be these thoughts in your intellect. The Baba has this knowledge in him. He is the ocean of knowledge. So the knowledge would definitely trickle from him, drop by drop, drop by drop. You are rivers that have emerged from the ocean of knowledge. He's a constantly the ocean. He never changes. But you are not constantly ocean. We will get full now, we'll become the master ocean, but we'll start decreasing again from Satya. So we are not constantly ocean. You children understand that you are all brothers. You studying are You children are studying. So, how wonderful we all are. Brothers studying here with Shiv Baba. In fact, it is not a question of rivers. When you speak of rivers, they mention the Ganga Yamuna. You are now standing in the unlimited. All of us souls are brothers, children of one Father. We now have to return home from where we will then go down and enter bodies and sit in our thrones. A soul is very tiny. If you were to have a vision of one, you would not understand anything. Suddenly, a small pinch of light, like a flash, will go away from, will cross our eyes, and we will think like something blinked, light blinked. We will not even understand. They say that when a soul leaves a body, he sometimes lives through head, sometimes through eyes, sometimes through mouth. The mouth remains open. Then, when a soul leaves a body and departs, the body becomes non-living. If somebody from somebody, the soul is living through mouth means they see the mouth left open and some froth coming out, and then later they will put some cotton there. Like that, if soul coming out of eyes, their eyes will be left open. They will not close their eyes. And sometime from nose means nose will have froth coming. So this is knowledge. The studies of student remain in their intellect throughout the day. You too should just have thoughts of this study throughout the day. Good student always have one book or other in their hands. So we have to check ourselves in whole day how much time we have Murli in our hands. They are continually studying. The father says, this is your last birth. You have been around the world whole cycle and have come to the end. Therefore, let there be just these thoughts in your intellect. Imbibe these and then explain to others. Some are unable to imbibe anything at all. In a school, those students are number wise. There are many subjects too. Here, you have just one subject. You have to become deities. Let there be concern for just this study. It should not be that you forget to study. In school, those students are number wise. There are many subjects too. Here, you just have just the one subject. You have to become deities. Let there be concern for just this study. It should not be that you forget to study and continue to have other thoughts. Businessmen would always be thinking about their business. Students would always remain busy with their studies. You children also have to remain busy with your study. Yesterday, Baba received an invitation to the International Youth Conference. You can write and tell them that theirs is Hatha Yoga. What is the aim and objective of that? What is the benefit of that? We are studying Raj Yoga. The Creator, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is the ocean of knowledge, is giving us this knowledge of ourself and creation. We now have to return home. Our mantra is Man Mana Bhava. We remember Baba and the inheritance that we receive from the Father. You have been doing Hatha Yoga, etc. But what is its aim and objective? We have told you ours, and that is why we are studying this. What can we be received through the that of Hatha Yoga of yours? We should write such response in a nutshell. You receive many such invitations. Even we have here in Tamil Nadu, sorry, in Chennai, uh, one temple is there, open air temple, which is Matsya Narayan temple. There also, it is very round shape where people are taught Hatha Yoga, and there's organization who is doing that. So we can also explain there. So if you were to receive All India Religious conference invitation and they asked you what your aim objective is, tell them that this is what we are studying. You must definitely tell them what you do and why you study this Raju. Tell them we are studying this. It is God who teaches us and we are all brothers. We consider ourselves to be souls. The Unlimited Father says, consider yourselves to be souls and constantly remember me alone, me alone. Two exercise Baba told today. One brother, brother again. Another, consider yourself to be souls and remember me alone. No other soul should come in mind. It's a long, Baba says always, it's a very, very high destination that you have to reach. And it needs so much practice that only Baba come in mind. Even while practicing, I get many other thoughts also. But practice makes man perfect. So we will keep practicing unless we reach that goal. And your sins will be cut away. You should have such writing printed and kept for giving out. One another uh, practice you can do for increasing concentration that I practiced today and experienced, that is writing some swaman or uh, about Baba with words, speaking also. Then in that what happens is when, for example, I'm writing me and my Baba is my world. When I'm writing मैं और मेरा बाबा संसार है. Then when I'm writing, I am speaking also. So one of my karmendriya hand is used. Then my mouth is being used. Uh, what I am speaking, I'm listening also. So my ears are also used and my eyes are seeing it. And so when all the karmendriyas are into action into one place, then obviously the man buddhi cannot go here and there. So man buddhi will also be there. But sometime it may also that we are speaking and writing also, when it become habituated, then our mind might try to go here and there. But then again attention, if you do like that, no, at least for those moment of time you will see if you practice until at end it start becoming harder, tougher to keep on writing with this much focus and attention while speaking, writing, feeling everything. So that will increase the attention. So one page try to write any saman or like this about Baba, concentrate on Baba, anything like that we do means it is also one of the practice, and you will feel yog yukt in that state. So that is how we have to we can practice with small small, that how in karma yoga also we can be yogi, though hand is suppose in this uh, particular all senses involved in one, we it is complete karma yoga because we are into that karma itself we are doing for yoga. But they now cut the hand away from this practice, like remove the hand, and hand started doing something else. Now again, mind, words, speaking, everything. Now we start speaking internally. Like slowly, 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 we have to go inwards. So that way we can practice, we can have the practice of karma yoga. You should have such writing printed, kept out for giving out. Then when conferences etc takes place, send them there. They will say you teach very benevolent things. Through this Rajyog, you become king of kings and the master of the world. Every 5,000 years, we become deities and then we become human beings. You should churn the ocean of knowledge in this way and write first class articles. Anyone can ask you what your aim is, so you should have these articles printed. This is our aim and objective. When you write this, they will be tempted. There's no question of hot yoke or of debating scriptures in this. Those people have so much arrogance of their knowledge of the scriptures. They consider themselves to be authorities of scriptures. In fact, they are worshippers. Whereas it could be said that those who are worthy of worship are authorities. What would worshippers be called? You should write very clearly what you are studying. What you are studying, the name of the book is has become very well known. There are two types of yoga. One is Hatha yoga and the other is easy yoga. No human beings can teach this. Only the Supreme Being teaches Raj Yoga. All other types of yoga are based on human dictates. There, the deities do not need any one direction because they have received their inheritance. They are deities, those with divine virtues. Those who don't have any divine virtues are called devils. So we should keep on imbibing the divine virtues. There used to be kingdom of the deities. So where did they go? How did they take 84 births? You should explain the picture of the ladder. The picture of the ladder is very good. Whatever is in your heart is shown in the picture of the ladder. Everything depends on how you study. A study is the source of income. This is the highest study. It is the best. The world does not know which study is the best. Through this study, you change from human beings into double crown deities. You are now making effort to become double crown. This is just the one study. Yet some become one thing, some other become something else. It is a wonder that through this one study, a kingdom is established. Only one study, but the whole kingdom established with this one study. Some become kings, some become paupers. However, there is no question of sorrow there. There are different level of here there are many types of sorrow. There is famine, illness, shortage of food, and floods. Although some are millionaires and multimillionaires, they still take birth through vice. To fall down, to be bitten by mosquito are all type of sorrow. Now you know this mosquito also. We think it is so usual, but it was not there in Satya. It started with the increase of dirt, increase of vices, the dirt increased because our behavior changed, our manner changed. We even started living in dirty places, like throwing the dirt on the roads, have so much of water storage. So this is called extreme depth of hell. Nevertheless, they continue to say so and so has gone to heaven. Oh, but heaven is yet to come. So how can anyone go to heaven? It is very easy to explain to anyone. Baba has told you to write an essay. So it is the duty of each of your children to write one. We should write whatever we understood, like an essay in our on any notebook. If you have imbibed something, you can write it. Then we also will know what we understood. The main thing that is explained to you children is consider yourself to be souls because you now have to return home. When we were satopradhan, there was no limit to our happiness. We have now become tamopradhan. It is so easy. Baba tells you many points, so you have to sit and explain them very well. Many points Baba is telling. This study is very important. If they don't accept what you say, you can understand that they don't belong to your clan. Our clan souls will easily understand everything. If anyone is not understanding, then that means they don't belong to our clan. You have to move forward in the study day by day. You must not move backward. If instead of imbibing divine virtues, you imbibe devilish trait, that is moving backward. The father says, continue to renounce the vices and imbibe divine virtues. You have to go home now. You have to remain very light. Those bodies are dirty. and you now have to renounce them. We now have to go back home. If you don't remember the Father, you won't become flowers. So we should make a chart whether we were flower today. You will experience a lot of punishment as you progress further. You will have reasons. You will be asked, what service did you do? You have never been to a court. Baba has seen everything, how they catch thieves and how a case is then filed against them. There you will also have the vision of everything. Like that only there will be a court, there will be tribunal on us, there will be list of charges on us. We cannot come out of that. We will be in our light body, but there will be same kind of uh, area from where we cannot escape anywhere. We have to stand there. A panel of judges will be there. Obviously, Bab Dada, one Gulzar Dadi, and other rest I don't know. These two will be there. Maybe all advanced party, mama and all. So punishment will be experienced, and there they will put the charges that you became a Brahmin soul, and Baba was giving you all the powers, everything they were giving, but you never did any services. You lacked studies. You didn't improved whatever, whichever is anyone's thing. They will give the charges and then punishment. So this punishment is so famous that even it is this punishment is mentioned in Gita, in Quran, in Bible, in Quran, in Urdu. The light body is called Barjak, and they say in Barjak only we receive punishment. So punishment will be experienced, and you will then attain a status worth of your pain. The the punishment will be experienced. We will experience it. There won't be anyone who is giving us, but we will experience it. But and after that, the status will be reduced. The teacher would feel mercy. So that's why Baba feel mercy and keep on reminding us that a particular student is going to fail. The subject of remembering the Father is very good. And your sins are cut away through that. Baba is teaching us. Continue to remember this while you are moving around. Students remember their teacher. And they also have their studies in their intellect. They definitely have yoga with their teacher. It should remain in your intellect. The teacher of all of us, brother, is the supreme teacher. As you progress further, many people will come to know and they will say, "Oh God, your activity is divine." They will die praising him, but they won't be able to attain anything. Why becoming body conscious? You perform wrong actions. Those who are soul conscious will always perform good actions. The Father says, it is now the stage of retirement of all of you. You have to go back home. Everyone has to settle their karmic account and return home. Whether some want to or not, they definitely have to return. The day will come when the world becomes empty and only Bharat remains. For half a cycle, there will be just be Bharat, and so the world will be so empty. Such thoughts would not be in the intellect of anyone except you. You won't have any enemies then. Why do enemies come? They come to take your wealth. Why did so many Muslim and British come to Bharat? They saw the wealth here. There was lot of wealth here. But it isn't that there anymore. It so none of them is here now. They have taken away the wealth and emptied Bharat. People don't know this. Baba says you used up all the wealth yourself according to the drama plan. You have the faith that you have come to the unlimited Father. No one would ever have the thought that this is called God's family. So how lucky we are that we recognized God. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children. Love, remembrance, and good morning from Mother, Father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. From the spiritual children, love, remembrance, and good morning to Mother, Father, and Bap Dada. Namaste, Baba, Namaste, Shukriya, Baba, Shukriya. Essence for Dharna. While walking and moving around, keep your intellect thinking about this study. While performing any task, let this knowledge constantly trickle into your intellect. This is the best study through which you have to become double crowned. Practice. We souls are brothers. By becoming body conscious, you perform wrong actions. Therefore, remain soul conscious as much as possible. Blessing. May you be a great and powerful soul with the power of truth who constantly dances in happiness. May you be a great and powerful soul with the power of truth who constantly dances in happiness. It is said, where there is a truth, the soul dances. Those who are truthful, that is, those who have the power of truth, will constantly dance. They will never wilt, become confused, be afraid, or feel weak. They will constantly dance in happiness. They will be powerful. They will have the power to face everything. Truth never fluctuates, it is unshakable. The boat of truth may rock, but it will never sink. So, you souls who imbibe the power of truth are great souls. So, power of truth is with us. So, our boat can shake but will never sink. So, we are great and powerful soul with the power of truth who always dance in happiness. Slogan to stop a busy mind and intellect. To stop a busy mind and intellect in a second is most elevated practice that we are trying to do every day. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Shukriya, Baba. Shukriya. Om Shanti.